Hello, people. My name is Sako. They call me Compare with a sense of humor. You can call me Sako International. I will respond. So I want to address an issue that I think is disturbing a lot of my friends and some of the guys very close to me. So on Saturday, one of my proteges reached out to me and said I sent her to do an event and she did fantastic. She did very well. And I'm doing it based on the fact that she's not the only one that has asked me. And I actually spoke to her about it. And I feel that I should put this out to encourage somebody. The fact that you have talent does not mean they will call you. And the reason they do not call you because they do not even see value in what you're rendering, or they do not even know you exist. I'll share my story of how I started. So I knew I was going to become a comedian, or I started having the urge that I was going to become a comedian. So I sat down, wrote down my names for people that know the story. I wrote down SACO. Sako is SACO. Is my initial Sunday Adelo Kamado Kundalai at a very young age. And I was very restless. One of the things I will share with you is that you're going to be a massive salesman, and I've had people that I respect in the industry share this story. People like Joyce Daniel say that when they started sending mails to the people that they want to work with. And, and they prepared the mail in the sense that, I'm the best person I should have sent, anchored this event, send messages. When there was no Facebook or Instagram, I will every Saturday go out, especially when I see flyers. Now you used to have flyers everywhere. I will look out for events in churches and I would get crash the event or go to the event, see who. If they've chosen an MC, I would sit and watch what the MC was doing that I would have done better. And that's how I met Oli Malan in 2004, my first mentor. But I monitored. When I say monitored him, I followed him everywhere. Anything that has to do with his picture, I will follow him. I watched what he was doing, and I kept on saying to myself, this man is living my dreams. He's living the dreams that I want to live today. And just sometimes I'm in the crowd anchoring an event and somebody is saying, you did a job effortlessly. And they reach out to me and they say, want me to mentor them. I've been in that position before, so I know how you feel because I understand mentorship. I understand the place of, I want to be busy like these other guys that I see. I'm going to share with you quickly what you need to do. You need to be as restless as possible. Don't stay at home on a Saturday. It's either you are attending a conference, and one thing you will do to yourself is while waiting for that opportunity to get busy, work on yourself, read books. See, I have books here. Let me see. I have books here. Read book. If it's a chapter in a week, you're going to read. Some people are voracious readers. They could pick up a book and boom. I am more of a listener. I listen more. I could get audio books on the go. I'm listening to it and I'm assimilating it. Build right now yourself, build your root downwards so that when you begin to bring out fruit, when the opportunity begins to come for you to render service, they will ask you, where have you been? I got an event recently, May 1st and 2nd, for a man that I respect greatly, Mr. Jimmy. He reached out to me. I've been doing it, and the feedback I got was, wow, you were able to anchor the event. It was effortless or whatsoever. It was easy. Pardon the, what I'm saying. It was easy. You were just playing around. This is something I've been doing for 16 years. I've volunteered locally and internationally. I've booked my flight from here to London, not once, not twice, to do events for people for free. I'm going to share with you later how I got my first international gig. These are things that I'm going to share with you. I might not be able to share everything about myself, but I'm going to share with you some of the principles that I've used. There's a place of service. You need to serve. You need to look for somebody to serve. And I've said this so many times. If you are not useful, nobody will use you. There'll be a place where it looks as if people are using you. But if you don't want to be used, you can also stay in the place where you are cooking yourself up, building yourself up. Watch out for events. I used to get crash weddings then. I would go to weddings and ask the MC. I think I've shared it so many times. Ask the MC, can I do comedy? And sometimes I do the comedy. The comedy is not comedy. It turns to tragedy because I didn't understand audience analysis. Audience is also important that you learn. If you have to go to school to learn, presentation skills on how to be effective public speaker, you need to. And it's not just limited to comedians, not only limited to MCs. If you want to get into an industry, watch the people that have been in the industry and see how you can learn from them. Read their books, watch their YouTube channel. Just see how you can be a blessing. See how you can volunteer. If you're in a church and they do not know what you do, that's an issue. So there's a program in church, you tell them, you don't mind if I anchor this event for free as my own contribution. Do you know what you are doing? Because as you're anchoring the event, you're taking pictures, somebody's taking pictures of you, somebody's taking video of you, and then you put it up on your Instagram page. I come to your Instagram page, somebody wants to give you a job, and it comes to your Instagram page and it's scanty. Even me will not give you a job. Except I have a conversation with you to see that you can, because it's easy. You know, one of the things my pastor used to share with us is that there are two things. There's what they call the perceived value, perception. There's a perception of you that people want to pay for. The perceived one and the real value. So when people perceive that you're a fantastic compare, a fantastic comedian, a person, fantastic fashion designer, dress or musician, it's a perception. But when they have an encounter with you and they see that what they see on Instagram is compared to the things, boom, you've gotten it. And I've learned also that in this job, you just need one person. One person. I learned it from a Soleke elder recently, a few days ago at the conference. You just need one person that will believe in you, that will take you by the hand and begin to recommend you. That's why when you are praying every day, pray that, Lord, give me that one person. Check everything that happened in the Bible, in the good book. One person changed their life. One person. And that one person might not be the big person you expect. It could be the small person. It could be your housemate. Remember the man that was a leper and he was very rich. Imagine if he didn't relate well with the house help. Imagine, just to give you an idea, that he was a leper, he was wealthy, but he was also a very good person. Because an house help will not recommend a prophet if that man was not nice to her. So first you need to ask, how do you treat people around you? So there's a lot of things you need to check about yourself. I'm talking to myself also. How do you treat when you get into a place? You greet, how do you relate? The greatest job that I got, how I got to meet Reverend Sam Adeyemi, was from a driver, a man called Brad Lukman. And I've said it so many times. When in the month of May 29th, 2008, made it how many years? 2022 to 2008, I anchored an event that made me, in months after, meet Reverend Sam Adeyemi, because he was a driver to a man, and he was going to celebrate his 40th birthday May 29th. I remember that date. That was the same date I met Olimalam officially, and he decided to mentor me. And it was how, if I didn't relate well with that man in K2 very well, he wouldn't have recommended me. Imagine I was arrogant. And it's amazing how you don't have anything, you're still very arrogant. You don't know how to greet, you are prideful. When they correct you, you see it as an issue. How do you want to make money? The other thing you must ask yourself, why you need to work and build on self-development right now, is that the question I asked some of my proteges and the trailblazers. I said, if they decide not to use your service today, what will the client be missing? That's a question you must ask yourself. Write it down. If somebody decides not to use my service today, what will they be missing? That's why this opportunity that you have right now, that you're not getting busy yet, because you'll get busy, because this thing will get to everyone. And I'm going to be going out. Usually I always wait for the professional video, but when the idea comes, I'll put it out. I can't be waiting for a professional video any longer. Yes, busy, because this thing is burning in my head and I need to put it down. You are there and you're waiting for that blow. Look for a way to serve. Have a mentor. Choose your mentor by yourself. You have to be sure about who your mentor is. Your mentor must be going somewhere. If your mentor is living the dream that you want to live right now, submit yourself to the person. And let me tell you, your mentor might be younger than you. Your mentor might be younger than you. I have proteges that are my mentors in some particular area that I converse with. Don't get discouraged. You are just at that peak. You're just at that peak. Don't get discouraged. Do you know why you're not going to get discouraged? There are a lot of destinies tied to you, and you must not fail them. Somebody is waiting for you to stand up for them to stand up. Because you don't want to know how my life was a few years ago. It was going nowhere. But God brought people in my life that helped me. The grace of God came, and I began to connect to people I've never imagined. Today I've gone to countries I never imagined. And that's me. What about you? You don't want to know how many countries that God has designed for you to go. It will start from you. It will start from your house. Start doing something now. If you need to do funny videos to get out, for people to get to know you, do. But I'm not saying you should come in nuisance and begin to do things you're not supposed to do. The truth is, when people come to your page, what will they see? Don't follow the crowd and say everybody's doing skit now. If you're not called to do skit where you struggle to do skit, don't do skit. Be unique. When they mention my name, when they mention Circle, they mention ethical comedy or fantastic compare or clean comedy, they mention my name. 1 out of 10, my name is mentioned. And it didn't happen overnight. It came from being intentional about the kind of joke I wanted to do. You have to be intentional now. You need to begin to write down how you want to see yourself. Have a picture of you on that wall. You might be squatting with somebody now. It's a privilege that that person is accommodating you. But don't forget that person. There are people in your life that will help you. Don't forget them. Honor them. It's principle. I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't know who this is for. But I'm sure that a lot of destinies are tied to you. You can't afford to fail or stop doing what you're doing right now. If this video blessed you, I want you to please write me to say that this video blessed you. Write it and send to somebody that's also that's what you're going to help me do. You have to help me. Send this to somebody and say, you know what, you need to listen to this. You can't afford to fail. Destinies are tied to you. You don't want to know, sometimes when I'm being overwhelmed and I see people connecting to me and I say, your life. And I'm saying, this guy, my life. I wish you knew my life before. But I chose to choose life. So you need to choose life. No matter what, even if you feel that you're a bastard, you were a mistake. You are not a mistake. You can't be a mistake. What did the Bible talk about you in Jeremiah? It said, before you were born, I knew you. So even when you think your parents committed adultery or committed immorality, you were not immoral. You came for a purpose. So you cannot, even if you are disabled, I don't know what I'm saying, even if you feel you are disabled, you can't walk, or you are leaping, or you have one hand, or your hand is, destinies are tied to you. You are going to be an encourager to somebody. So while you are waiting for that big break, work on yourself. Read books. Because there will be a time you'll be so busy that you might not be able to read book in a week. So read books. So when you open your mouth, at that time when the opportunity will come, you open your mouth and say, where have you been? That's how you begin to do pam, 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 pam. The money you've been waiting for it to come. Remember, get your international passport. You don't want to be stranded. You need to get your international passport. Please put it as part of your goals to have an international passport. What did I say? Hold your ear and say, what did I say? Have your international passport. Because there are opportunities for you. I pray that God grants you our desires. I pray that you will not be stranded. You will not be talented and broke. You will not be popular and broke, because there are a lot of popular people that are broke. You will not be stranded. If God could help me, God is going to help you. While you're waiting for that big break, what will you do? Keep working on yourself. Don't stay at home on a Saturday. Don't stay at home on a Sunday. Volunteer in the department that you want to lead. I've seen people that volunteered. I had a story of Mr. Jimmy where he talked about a guy that volunteered and they were paying him 15,000. This guy is worth billions of naira. I don't want to mention his name. He's into property right now. A young guy in his early 30s. You have to learn. Sometimes you might need to learn. Join an organization to learn structure. Because your business is not about you. Your business must outlive you. And if you want to work with me, you could send me a message on Spirit of Circle at, Spirit of, there's a mentorship program where I'm helping people see themselves beyond. We started those few days ago, and I shared some things. The idea is, before you even have a 5-year plan, what is your 1-year plan? Because people have 5-year, 10-year plan. Your 1 year will sustain you, so you have to even build a foundation. So let's build together. I can't wait to hear your testimonies. I can't wait to see you blossom. You are one of the best things that God has ever created. Your talent, you can't afford to let it fail, because people are tied to you. God bless you guys. I never planned this, but I just said this is for somebody. Don't get discouraged. People that mock you right now are laughing too soon. They are laughing too soon. People that mocked me a few years ago. I remember one woman said to her son that she didn't want to be associated with me to be associated with her son. Truly, I was a bad guy. When God helped me and helped me, I'm no longer a bad guy. God bless you guys. Please send me a message. at Spirit of Circle or drop your message and let's connect.